Yo guys, what is going on? Savage here. Today we're breaking down some more viewer submitted gameplay. Guys, if you would like for me to break down your gameplay, upload one of your recent matches to YouTube and then send me the link via Twitter or Instagram, whichever you prefer. Also, when you send the link, make sure you tell me how many wins you have, how many kills you have overall in Warzone, and also what your KD is so I can put that on the screen for everybody to see. But guys, especially with season 5 coming out and being new, this game is getting so much more intense. Every time a new season comes out, all the tryhards, all the sweats, and all the hackers, they come out of the woodworks as well. So now more than ever, we really need to master this game. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the wolf pack today. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 500 likes. Also guys, thank you for the massive support on the channel. All of your comments telling me how these videos have helped you have just absolutely been more than motivating, and I can't thank you guys enough. But guys, without further ado, let's dive into the gameplay. All right, here we have my dude didnt, who is going for a search objective downtown. Now, normally a lot of people try to avoid dropping downtown, but honestly, if you're going for objectives or you're just trying to hawk a guy down that's been shooting at you in the air, it's really not a bad place to go. Downtown early game usually isn't contested that much. It's mid and late game is where downtown gets a little hectic. And as you can see, stadium is still closed, so this is pre the season 5 update, which I think the videos over the next week will be pre season 5, and hopefully we'll get some more newer videos submitted to us here soon. All right, so a lot of guys are like, Savage, you always tell us late game's important, but it's early game that I'm struggling with. It's early game that gets me killed. I can hardly make it to mid or late game. So there's just a lot to cover when it comes to early game because it's such a big circle and the possibilities are endless. It's pretty difficult to make just one video on early game techniques because there's so many things that you as a player could opt out to do. So for one, if you want to do objectives like he's doing, you can do objectives. This is personally one of my favorite. I like hot dropping, getting some kills, and then going after objectives. I want to go ahead and get as many kills off the rip that I can, and I want to get objectives so I can get my money as well. Because when you get a lot of kills in the beginning, if you land somewhere and you get, 5-6 kills, those guys are going to be broke. So you still need to find a way to make money. That's just what I prefer. I always recommend that newer players, start off slow, grab some bounties, grab some objectives, go after some things, and kind of take it step by step. Because when you're a newer player in the game, I don't want you guys to hot drop and go after objectives and do this and do that, because you guys are still working on your fundamentals, rotating the circle, learning the game mechanics, learning what guns are good, trying to find out what the better loadout is for you. That's why I usually tell you guys, to land somewhere and just instantly start doing objectives and then kind of just slowly progress throughout the match. But basically, if you guys want to get kill hungry, if you guys want to be aggressive, you have to do a hot drop. Right now, I think train station would be a good hot drop because of the update. Stadium would definitely be a hot drop. I wouldn't say good. I think the survival rate at stadiums probably, if I had to guess, like 5% because everyone and their mom's there. Superstore has been a little lackluster lately, but give the game about a week, and once all the excitement around stadium goes away, everyone will soon calm down and go back to their normal spots. All right, but anyway, back to didnt. Didnt's got a level 3 threat on him, and he's got a smoke grenade in his hand. All right, so when it comes to this right here, let's just pause, right? Let's just pause. So you have a level 3 on you. You know there's a level 3 on you. So that means he's very, very close, right? So at this point, what you want to not do is hesitate in here. You're better off working the edge of the building, working the perimeter of a building, or even the whole compound as a whole, than sitting yourself in a little area like this. Many reasons. One, you might have C4, grenade, thermite, something like that, and you really won't stand a chance. Two, even a bad player can just come around the door and shoot in here and put some real good shots on you. Try to avoid freezing up. Start thinking about plays, start thinking about maneuvers, and start looking for the enemy. Remember, just because you have the bounty on you doesn't mean he's a better player. It just means he has the advantage on you. He might be a worse player. So try to get out there, get the outplay, get the momentum going, get the movement going, and get the kill. Remember, while you're sitting still, the threat's coming closer. The threat's moving closer. Well, maybe not in this guy's case because he just backed off and now he's a level 2 threat. But just be aware of that. Now, the fact that didnt's come over here and he's now level 3 could mean a couple things. One, and I believe the guy is in here. One, you're moving towards the guy. So basically, if you guys did not know, and I'm gonna go ahead and give this because there's a lot of newer players playing this game. If you have a bounty objective that is on you, it means you're being hunted. This is gonna pop up on your screen. When there's 1 bar, that means he's a good, decent bit away. When there's 2 bars, that means get ready because he's about to be near you. When it's 3 bars, well, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. He's on you. You need to do something quick. You need to get an outplay. You need to get the kill. So at this point, we know the level 3 bounties in this room right here. We already know that. We saw him shooting. He popped up on the UAV or the mini map. So we know he's here. You've got an MP7, which is a great gun, especially off the rip. Even a green one, even a gray one. These guns are awesome. So I would just go ahead and try to work my way in this building. Again, you know where he is. He knows where you are. So now it's an even playing field. Do not put yourself in a position to where he can actually rotate out and surprise you from another angle. You know where he's at. He was in the middle of a gunfight. And guys, sitting in corners, I talk about this a lot and we troll about this a lot, but this is a normal thing. This isn't something few players do. This is something that most players do. It's just something that we need to kind of break out of the habit for. All right, so the guy is coming into the building he just left. All right, good plays, good plays. All right, here we are scanning the area. He's got enough money to buy, and here he goes to buy. Beautiful. Goes ahead and gets UAV, pops it instantly to make sure he's super safe for this loadout drop. Great decision. Now, all right, this spot right here is very questionable. A lot of people hate throwing their packages in here. Just a FYI, if you guys are playing solo and you guys don't want to be down here because you're afraid you're gonna get pinched from all 4 angles, then what you can do is throw your loadout drop under these little awnings. When you throw it under the awning, the package will land on the roof. You could at that point climb the ladder of the roof, jump from roof to roof, and then get to your package safely without getting shot in the face. Just a little tip. We do this inside of buildings all the time. We do this in this area all the time. It's just a good way to keep yourself safe while you're getting your loadout stash. UAV beginning flyover. All right, so if we notice there is a red dot right here, let me rewind it real quick so you guys can see a better glimpse of it. All right, so there's a dot right here. So a lot of people don't know this as well. When you see your red dot, it's got a little arrow above it. It kind of looks like a chevron. Basically, that means he's above you. Whether he's flying in or he's sitting on a rooftop, that just depends on the scenario. But as you can see right here, there's no building, so he's clearly floating in. So I'm thinking to myself, he's the gulag. So at that point, I'm thinking to myself, this might be the guy that I killed or the guy that the other guy killed, and he could be coming back for his stuff or vengeance. So just be aware of that. Be ready for that because it could be a potential threat. I always tell you guys, if you spot multiple people on your map from a UAV, go ahead and mark at least one of them. We know there's a guy over here. I believe that's Bank, if I'm not mistaken. So I would go ahead and load up my map, mark them, ping them, let me know where this guy's at. So if I end up having to rotate that way, I can remind myself there's a guy there. Or if I want to hunt him down and kill him, which I probably would, I will remember that as well. All right, we go ahead and call the loadout drop in. Remember, okay, the guy who was flying over is now gone. I don't think he wants any of this juice. Now, I will say, look at this. There's a guy at fire station too, and he was aware of it. So there's a guy at bank. There's a guy at fire station. There's a lot of targets he can push. If you want aggressive gameplay, grab the loadout and go push these guys, especially while you got the UAV up. Granted, it just ran out. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. All right, so he's rocking the Kar 98 in the foul. He's going to go for the high ground. Perfect. When you got the Kar 98, why not? All right, so at this point, we're now on the rooftops. We're grabbing the trophy systems. I like it. So when you're on a rooftop, make sure you're utilizing the high ground for what it's meant for. Scanning the area, scanning the objective, or come up with a game plan. He's deciding I'm gonna come up with a game plan. He's marking where the enemies are at, and he's gonna try to take some shots. Now, I'm not against shooting at people. I love sniping at people. You miss shots you don't take. I'm a firm believer in that. With that being said, I try not to shoot at people who are, you know, a good, decent bit away, that are running and navigating throughout compounds. Because if you do, even if you do hit them or down them and they have self-res or they have a teammate or something like that, the chance of getting the execution slim to none, and you've just revealed your position to the enemy. Because remember, even though you have a suppressor, when you shoot the enemy, that enemy will then get a hit indicator on his screen and know exactly where you're at. Relocating. So if you guys want more kills, and it breaks my heart to say this, guys, and I'm going to give you some advice because a friend of mine told me this and it's changed my gameplay forever. If you want to get a lot of kills, put away the sniper. For the most part, on average, most players will perform better when they don't have a sniper because they don't sit on rooftops as much. They don't sit on mountaintops as much. They don't play super passive. They tend to play more aggressive. Because when you're rocking a sniper, you got to kind of sit back and take your shots to kind of be the suppressive fire of the team. If you're playing quads, beautiful shot, love it. Now, with that being said, sniping is fun. I am a main sniper. I love sniping, but when I do snipe, I get like 6,000, 7,000 damage with about 10 or 11 kills. When I put the sniper away, the damage is usually about the same, but I actually am able to get a lot more kills from it. That's just an unfortunate thing about sniping, especially when you're playing duos, trios, or quads. You're going to get some hits. You're going to get some knocks that you're not going to be able to solidify. You're not going to be able to get the kills. So if you guys are struggling getting kills, but you're getting a lot of damage, put the sniper away just for a little bit. Not forever, Just put it away for a little bit and see how you like it. All right, so always be aware. I see this a lot, and this isn't anything bad. This is just me nitpicking because he's really not making any mistakes right now. Always be aware of what your plate situation is, what your gas mask situation is, and what your gun situation and ammo situation is too. Reason being is because when he was looting that body just now, he already had everything he needed, but he still kept scanning the loot. Wasted time. He doesn't really need that time management for anything, but as you're on this rooftop and everyone can see you, you're looking at this loot, the chance of getting headshot is pretty high. So make sure you're looting quickly and efficiently. That is very important. Always be mindful of what your situation is and what you need, because if you don't need anything and you're still scanning for loot, kind of messing up. So just quickly glance at it and move out. All right, notice how we went ahead and marked fire station. I believe that's who he's going to push. According to the mini map, the guy should be in the tower. Surprise, surprise. As far as pushing this, he's not being shot at right now. Fortunately, the guy in Firehouse is being shot at by another team. He just got an airstrike called on him, and I think he just died. I'm pretty sure the guy in the tower just died from the airstrike. We'll see here soon enough. All right, so in that case, look, I'm all for the heartbeat. I would have done the same thing. However, you want to push yourself into the building. Don't worry about getting shot in the building, because all you got to do is keep your eye on this door. So as you're pushed into the building, just keep your crosshair on the door. As you move into the corner over here, pop out your heartbeat, do a quick scan, and then determine whether or not the enemy is alive or not. Because where you're sitting right now and kind of as you were crossing the highway, again, that's potential times to get shot in the back. And the reason why I always talk about things to do and pretending that you're going to be shot is because most of the times that we all die as players in this game, we get shot in the back. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. So always pretend like someone's looking at you, because most of the time there is. But I do believe that this guy died. All right. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay, now I'm saying things. I wasn't gonna say anything about the heartbeat, but now I am. Look. Yeah, try not to heartbeat. I understand when you whipped up the heartbeat and you put it away too soon. I get that. But look, nobody's gonna push you that fast. Between your 5 heartbeat scans, one person may have pushed, but you heartbeated 5 times. You know, kind of get an understanding for the movement speed, the feel of it. People aren't just gonna be randomly pushing you. You don't have to keep whipping at your heartbeat for safety. Trust your audio, trust your hearing. Plus, with season 5, the footsteps have been, I'm not gonna say buffed, but they are a lot more clear, so you can hear people pushing a lot more. So start to rely on your audio a little bit more. Start relying on your senses. Start relying on your game sense. Create a game sense. I feel like when people use heartbeat sensors, and I used heartbeat sensors for a very long time too, so this is nothing against heartbeat sensor users. I did it for 4 months, but I feel like, good job on marking that. We'll get into that in a second. But I feel like when people use heartbeat sensors, they kind of take away from their game sense. Instead of learning how to create that game sense, they just rely on that heartbeat sensor as like a safety net. But anyway, back to him unmarking, and I said we'll get to that in a second. Guys, whenever you mark something, an objective you want, and you're scanning the area and the object that you had marked is in your way, make sure you unmark it, because that big ass icon on your screen will hinder your performance. Like, so let's say there's an enemy over there. You're not gonna be able to see him because the contract's emblem is gonna be in your way. Not something super drastic, just kind of a little tip. If you're on squads, if you're playing with teammates in duos, trios, or squads, and you mark something, make sure your team is aware of the mark and then remove it. It's awesome marking. Pinging is a great tool. I love it. But try to remove your pings as much as possible. Target right here. I don't know how the hell you saw this guy. Your vision is way better than mine, sir. Your vision is way better than mine. Good shit. Granted, he may have just lined it up with the bounty icon, but still, good ping, bro. Good ping. All right, I like that he whipped the heartbeat sensor out one time, scanned the area, and now he's moving to the next one. He'll probably heartbeat this one as well. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh, misfire. And we're all guilty of that. We're not going to say nothing about it. We didn't see it. All right, so we're pushing the bounty. There's a vehicle heading towards him. It doesn't really look like the vehicle knows he's here. He's just kind of driving around. He's got 2 C4s in his inventory. Throw it out. Don't get too close to the vehicle. Oh my God, it was close. But you got the kill, so we're not going to harp on it. The guy is down, though. He's not instant. Hopefully. He's got some. No! Holy shit. Okay, good turn, brother. Damn. All right, good stuff. He canceled his plating to switch to his gun to get the kill. This is something I see people lack all the time. People have a tendency to think that when I'm plating, I can't do anything else. You can cancel your plating, whip out your gun, and finish the fight. You're better off with one plate and a gun in your hand, so 1v1 somebody, than with 3 plates and no guns in your hand. So go ahead, if you have to cancel your plating, guys, make sure you cancel your plating and get the kill. All right, there's a vehicle in front of him. It's an ATV. He's got 2 C4s. Hopefully he can C4 this guy too. And there it is. Good shit. Remember, guys, your tactical and your lethals, it's equipment, man. Use it. Utilize it. Do not hold it. All right, so now we have $12,000. At this point, I would put an advanced UAV in the air. I need recon on my position. And I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's got enough for it. And he doesn't buy the advanced UAV. I'm not sure why. He might have a reason. He might 100% have a reason, but I'm not sure. So let's look at the area. Let's look at the situation. Let's see what happens. How do you rotate out of this area? Because you are in a bad spot. All right. So anyway, guys, we got to rotate out. I mean, of course, rotating, it's pretty simple. You can even follow the line if you want to. I'll just be very careful because you have 2 guys right here. You're probably going to have another 1 or 2 over here that will be behind you. So if you do get in a fight with anybody out here, be ready to turn on the guys behind you because you have a potential to be third-partied. You are, in essence, kind of pinched between enemies right now. So you can either A, push them and kill them, or B, you can get safe. Now, there's a vehicle right there. Now, you do have 30 seconds in the circle. The circle will move pretty slow. So keeping these guys is a pretty good idea. Now, guys, be aware of the map. Always, again, this game is about angles, right? Look at the angle of this. You're aiming a little bit to the left of the enemy. The enemy's probably going to run right. When people are crossing, they tend not to cross in the open. They tend to always cross through compounds. So I would go ahead and pre-aim towards the right side because that's where I think he's going to cross. He may cross the left. We'll see. Returning to resupply. Okay, you're trying to move out to get a flank on him before he moves. I like it. Oh, guys crossing to the right through the compound. Again, guys, I like the fact that he took the shot. He didn't hit the sniper shot, but he took it. Guys, you want to be a good sniper, you got to be prepared to miss shots. I'd rather see you guys miss sniper shots than hesitate and not take them. Now, this position right here, guys, he's heartbeat censoring. We already know there's a guy in this building. We already know there's somebody in here. So heartbeating this wall, to me, doesn't make too much sense. I get you want to know exactly where they're at. So when they push the right side or push the left side. So I would go ahead and push myself back to this building and wait for him to leave, right? Separate yourself from the enemy. If you're afraid he's going to push you from one side or the other, back up, separate yourself, and gatekeep him and wait for him to make a move and then shoot him. When you're against this wall, the guy inside isn't a threat. What I'm worried about is everything behind you, the other guys that are driving around, the other guys that are walking around, the other guys that are rotating. Because remember, people are always keeping their eyes on compounds. So if they see a body sitting next to a wall, they're going to shoot you in the head. So what I would do in this situation is back away. I'd go to this building right here that's to his left, and I would just wait for this guy to leave. That, or if he had an SMG, and the foul's not a bad option either, that or push the target. Now, the guy's not inside. The guy's on the outside. Good drop shot. Good drop shot. All right, so I love the fact that he was drop shotting right there. I want to see this stuff more. I want to see people drop shotting and slide canceling and doing all the things I've been telling you guys to do. And this should be a relatively easy kill. He's sneaking up on this guy. Guys to the right a little bit. There he is. There he is to the right, to the right. Good flick. Good kill. Love it. Foul is so broken. All right, so this guy is coming up as well. He's behind this area right here. He's got eyes on him. Maybe he doesn't. The guy is right here. There you go. Good kill. That was a very dangerous fight. Again, guys, when you're fighting, something I want you guys to be aware of. So when you're fighting enemies like this, right, you want to get to cover. And you're probably like, Savage, all he has is a pole right here. Well, that's not true at all. He could push up to his vehicle and get closer to the enemy, make his foul a little bit more powerful by getting closer to the enemy, putting more damage on him, and having hard cover, right? Or he could even run up to this head glitch right here and get some shots on him as well. I probably wouldn't move to the head glitch because it puts you downslope, and you probably won't be able to see him at all from that angle. And there's also an APC to his left he could hold and get some shots on the enemy. But again, you want to try to maintain cover while shooting at enemies. Don't put yourself in the open and get shit on. All right, so with 17 enemies remaining, your boy's got 7 kills, and he's in a pretty bad spot. The reason why I say this is a bad spot is because look around, right? You've got high ground over here, you got high ground right here, you got high ground over here, you've got a building with an attic, high ground over here, and then you've got this entire rooftop, and you're on the edge of the circle. So if anyone was gatekeeping this compound at all, you're probably going to be on their hit list. All right, heartbeat with 1 sweep. I like that. Go to the buy station. Now, with the buy, you've got a lot of money. You got $18,000. So let's talk about decision making, right? We have a decision to buy self-res and an advanced UAV, or self-res armor because we're missing 5 plates, and 2 UAVs, meaning you throw a UAV in the air and you hold on to the UAV. What is he going to do? I'm not sure yet. He might not do any of that. What I would do is buy an advanced UAV and a self-revive kit. I would rely on my gunplay and the 3 plates that I have in order to win another gunfight and take their plates from them. But again, this is personal preference. This is decision making. Now, the reason why I would do an advanced UAV is because this is in game. There's 17 enemies left. Knowing where these people are positioned at is going to be the key to knowing your rotation, knowing what best position would be, and getting the W. So he buys UAV, calls it up instantly, buys another UAV, and the self-res kit. All right, so he still got, if you look, he still got $5,500. You can actually buy it all. My math was off. He could buy the armor bundle and advanced UAV. So he still got $4,000. He still has $4,000 right behind the play button right here. $4,000. He could buy another UAV and get advanced in the air. Guys, if you have $4,000 or more in your inventory and you don't have a UAV or an advanced UAV up, make sure you throw it up. That's unfortunate. Remember, advanced UAVs can save your ass. Now, this is going to be a fun push. You're going to have to deal with the guy downstairs who just came in the building, and you have to deal with the guy above you. You can, of course, always wait third party. That's the more passive play, and I think that's what he's doing. Or you can play way more aggressive. There's the armor plates he could have gotten. Or you can play more aggressive and push them and get both the kills. All right, so I always tell you guys, don't crouch walk. But this is kind of a position where crouch walking is forgiven. The reason why crouch walking is forgiven is because this building is like a giant echo tunnel. I mean, you can hear everything, especially footsteps. As broken as footsteps are, you can hear it. So I'm for crouch walking. No one shot a gun yet, so both players are still alive. Got to be very careful with the heartbeat sensor, because if you're going up the stairs and you round the corner, he's sitting right there, he could shoot you. This guy is completely oblivious to life. You're able to down him and get the kill. Now, pushing the guy above you. I'd throw up the next UAV, see exactly where he's at, and then come up with a plan whether I want to bail from the fight or if I want to push him. Now, he's going to go ahead and bail from the fight. It's a good decision. Pushing that ladder is very hard. You have 2 C4. You could throw them both up there and crack his armor and hopefully kill him. That is an option. That's something that I do often if I decide to push him. But if he has EOD on, your C4s will be useless. And if he's just sitting back watching from a different area, your C4s again will be useless. All right, so he's pushing this building. I'm honestly not a fan of this push at all. The reason why I'm not a fan of this push, and I wish you pull up the map so I can see the bigger picture, is because according to this, what I'm seeing, I'd rather be on the tree lines. He's got a sniper and he's got a foul. He's got 2 long-range guns, so your better thing is to be on the edge, play the high ground. Because if the circle does shift to the mountains and you're inside a quarry, getting up the mountains without getting shot is almost impossible, probably virtually impossible. All right, I love the fact that he busts through the door. A lot of people have this tendency to want to like slow open doors, and I'm not against slow opening doors in some situations, but I feel like there are very few situations that I actually want to slow open a door. All right, so like I said, rotation. The circle is rotating back towards the ridge line, towards the mountain. So that's where I would go. Regardless of kills, regardless of how I want to play the circle, the better position is rotating to the mountain. That's going to be the high ground. So anybody that's caught in quarry is going to have to climb out unless the last circle shifts back into quarry. But if it shifts back into quarry and you're on the high ground, you're fine because you still have the high ground. You can get shots off on people. You can break armor on people. You can even kill people that are sitting in quarry within the low ground. Guys, play the higher point, especially in game if it's a better position. So the problem I have with where you're at right now is you have this entire mountaintop, right? We'll call it a mountain. It's not really a mountain, but we'll call it a mountain, right? I'm from New Orleans. To me, it's a freaking mountain. So we have this entire area that can shoot them. There could be snipers, there could be DMRs, there could be Graws, there could be Bruins, there could be a lot of VLK'd and scoped up weapons. The reason why I don't sit still is because I'm always paranoid, right? I play paranoid. You got to play paranoid because you're gonna get shot eventually in a situation like this. All right, so we're rotating, we're getting the edge of the circle. Now this is a position where you want to play the edge of the circle, guys. You want to avoid sitting in the middle and watching down on quarry. A lot of people be like, well, I'm gonna sit on the edge and gatekeep this. It's not a horrible idea if the circle was different. If you sit right here and you gatekeep the guys in quarry, you may get a couple of kills, but the chance of people being on this edge is very high. There's only 5 enemies left. There's probably 1 or 2 people in quarry, which puts another 3 enemies out here minimum. So just be aware of the edge of the circle because people like to play the edge. It's just the way the game's played. Now, this situation is where concussions come in clutch. If you're in a 1v2, 1v3, you can easily win it if you just concuss one and then the other and get the kills off. I love having concussions late game. It really just makes the win impossible for the enemy. All right, so nobody's shooting. This is games where nobody shoots at the end means it's very, very slow, and I would, in return, play slow. I don't like the fact that no one's shooting. You won't see me start running and gunning and trying to chase down the last 3 people if no one's shooting because the chance of getting pinched from other enemies is high. Very, very high. Now, you don't want to rotate too soon, but you don't want to rotate too late. I like the fact that he's not keeping himself to the edge of the circle. Forget how I would do this. For newer players, this is kind of what you want to do from a strategy standpoint. Forget about kills. Let's focus on the win. We've made it all the way to top 3. You have to focus on the win. Nobody shot their gun. Somebody died to blue, I'm assuming, but no one shot their gun yet. So there's 2 other enemies. They're probably really close. Circle's about to rotate northwest. You're not favored. You're out of position because your back's against the circle, right? So I would go ahead and peek this ridge, see where the enemies are, and try to navigate my way with the circle. The last thing you want to do is die because you get a face mask animation or some crap like that. So try to keep yourself away from the edge of the circle. That way you don't get that stupid animation. All right, that's the animation is what I'm trying to avoid. And unfortunately, he gets caught because of the animation. You hate to see it. Oh, you hate to see it, man. That's unfortunate, dude. That's unfortunate. Deckard, thank you so much for submitting the gameplay. I think these videos are actually getting better as we go through them. I'm seeing a lot more things that I can kind of critique from you guys. We're getting a lot more lessons than our previous videos. So thank you guys so much for that. Guys, again, if you would like to submit your gameplay for review, I will put in the description exactly how to do that. So make sure you check the description. Also, let me know in the comments if these videos are helping you at all. I love to see all the positive feedback. So keep on feeding me the positive feedback, guys. But anyway, guys, y'all have a good one. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something from the video. Again, that's the whole point of the series. If you guys leave here not learning anything, then I clearly am not doing my job. So also let me know in the comment section below if this didn't help. If you want to see me cover something different, let me know, guys. I need the feedback. I need all the feedback I can get. Guys, y'all have a good one. And until next time, good luck in Warzone. Yo, guys, Savage here. Thank you again, Deckard, for submitting your gameplay, brother. I had a great time analyzing it. You guys enjoyed it too. Make sure you check out some of these previous analyzation videos. And do not forget to subscribe by clicking the icon below. But y'all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.